Every once in a while, a random game sneaks up on Steam and detonates like someone accidentally dropped a nuke into the indie category. Enter Megabonk.
A name that sounds like a rejected wrestling move.
But somehow it is the new addiction wrecking everyone's free time. Players boot it up just to try it.
And suddenly 3 hours are gone, the pizza's cold, and your bladder is sending legal threats.
What makes this even more shocking is that Megabonk isn't some AAA monstrosity with a 100 million budget and enough crunch hours to power a small country. It's an indie title that grabbed the Vampire Survivors formula, slapped on its own flavor and said,
yeah, we can make losing to endless waves of enemies more fun.
And apparently the gamble paid off harder than putting your life savings on a horse named
Tax evasion.
This game didn't just release, it erupted. Reviews are flooding in, streamers are spamming playthroughs, and players are yelling one more run until their monitors start filing for workers' comp. It's pure proof that in 2025 gamers don't always need a cinematic masterpiece. Sometimes, just sometimes, they just want the digital equivalent of junk food that hits the dopamine receptor so hard it should come with a warning label. To understand why Megabonk is popping off, you have to rewind to the phenomenon that kickstarted the whole genre, Vampire Survivors. The game basically said,
what if we stripped down RPG mechanics to their underwear, then threw you into a never-ending rave of full enemies?
And gamers ate it up like it was the last slice of pizza at a party. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't complicated, but
damn, it was freaking effective.
Vampire Survivors laid the foundation. Simple controls, endless waves of enemies, and upgrade loops that make you feel like an unstoppable legend before inevitably getting you clobbered. It wasn't rocket science, it was more like digital popcorn, the kind of experience you can snack on for hours without realizing you've burned through your entire weekend. And look, Steam charts don't lie. Players basically said,
yes please, ruin my sleep schedule.
Now Megabonk steps into that legacy with a wing and a variety of characters and weapons. Instead of pretending to reinvent the wheel, it embraces the formula and goes,
cool, but what if we made it even louder, shinier, and somehow more chaotic?
That's the brilliance here. It doesn't try to distance itself from Vampire Survivors. It proudly waves the same flag while adding enough sauce to make it distinct. This spiritual sibling energy works because gamers aren't allergic to repetition, they're allergic to boring. Nobody cares if the structure is familiar, as long as the execution feels fresh. Megabonk proves that by putting its own spin on an already addictive formula, it can ride the wave
without being called a knockoff.
It's like a 3D/2D sequel that doesn't suck. Rare but glorious. And the truth is, this genre thrives on comfort mixed with novelty. Players want to recognize the rhythm instantly but still be surprised by the punchline. That balance is insanely hard to nail, but Megabonk pulled it off so cleanly it feels less like a copycat and more like the natural evolution of what Vampire Survivors started. Guys, let's pause for a second and talk about this name, Megabonk. If someone walked into a pitch meeting and said,
hear me out, we're calling it Megabonk,
most executives would have laughed them out of the building. It sounds less like a game title and more like the noise your head makes when you slam into a metal pole. Bang! Yet here we are, and the name works. Not ironically, but legitimately. Why? Because it sticks. Try forgetting Megabonk. Go ahead. You can't. It latches onto your brain like duct tape or carpet fibers. Marketing gold doesn't always come from focus groups and polished branding. Sometimes it's as simple as making people laugh and then making sure that laugh is attached to something worth playing. And this goofy name is now carrying a serious player base. The beauty of it is that the ridiculousness actually fits the gameplay. This isn't some dramatic, soul-crushing narrative experience where the name has to scream art. It's waves of chaos, silly power-ups, and the kind of mindless carnage that practically demands a cartoonish label. Megabonk doesn't just describe the game.
It is the game.
Players love leaning into irony, and the name gave them the perfect excuse. Steam reviews are practically writing themselves. It's community fuel, meme fuel, and marketing fuel all in one. And the developers deserve a freaking medal for leaning into the absurd instead of trying to be serious about it. So yes, the name might look like a typo your cat typed while walking on the keyboard, but in practice it's one of the smartest branding decisions in gaming right now. Sometimes the dumbest ideas
are secretly genius.
Now let's dive into the gameplay a little bit. At its core, Megabonk thrives because it understands the most dangerous force in gaming.
The loop.
Not graphics, not story, not even multiplayer. The loop, that magical evil cycle of
kill enemies, grab loot, unlock, repeat.
That tricks your brain into thinking you're just being productive. It's the exact same force that keeps people scrolling TikTok at 3 AM.
Except you're here obliterating pixelated swarms instead of your will to live.
The genius of Megabonk is that it makes each cycle rewarding enough to feel satisfying, but quick enough that you instantly want another hit. It's not a game session, it's a conveyor belt of dopamine, and players are happy to be the product. But here's the real power move. Instead of just cloning Vampire Survivors with another isometric stand still and shoot setup, Megabonk took the formula and shoved it into an action survival lane. Suddenly, it's not just watching enemies evaporate around you, it's running, dodging, smashing, and actually playing in the mayhem. That shift alone makes the whole experience feel more active and more uniquely its own. Enemies flood the screen, upgrades explode like fireworks, and your character transforms from a weakling into a weaponized blender. It's power fantasy in its purest form, with just enough challenge to keep you from falling asleep, and when you inevitably lose, it doesn't feel like failure, it feels like an invitation
To run it back even harder.
and the loop itself doesn't just feed the player's brain, it feeds the community. Streamers love it because it's flashy and easy to watch. Casuals love it because it's pick up and play with zero learning curve. Hardcore players love it because optimization and mastery are bottomless pits of obsession. Everyone finds their niche and the loop binds them all like a cult without the ropes. So yes, Megabonk isn't curing diseases or redefining genres, but it doesn't have to. It knows what you want before you do, delivers it instantly, and dares you to stop.
Spoiler, you won't.
Let's shift a little bit towards the visuals, because Megabonk looks exactly like the kind of game that shouldn't be blowing up, and yet it's thriving because of it. This isn't photorealism. You're not counting the sweet beads on a soldier's face or admiring ray-traced puddles. It's colorful, simple, and borderline ridiculous.
And that's the freaking point.
The art style screams,
Don't take this too seriously.
characters are exaggerated, attacks pop off the screen like confetti cannons, and the whole vibe is playful carnage. It's not trying to impress you with fidelity, it's trying to keep your eyes glued to the game without frying your GPU. And honestly, that's the smarter move. Accessibility trumps flexing.
It's
Screw it. It's boldly arcade-like, drawing you with charm rather than intimidation. And that aesthetic actually pairs beautifully with the game loop. When you're bonking waves of absurd enemies, you don't want realism, you want energy. It also makes the game approachable. New players aren't scared off by intimidating menus or overwhelming details.
Overwhelming detail.
They jump in, see bright colors, feel the explosions, and they're hooked. It's pure dopamine wrapped in pixel art, and people are devouring it like freaking popcorn. At the end of the day, Megabonk's style isn't just about visuals, it's about creating a vibe that says,
Sit down, relax, and let's bonk until your eyeballs dry out.
and clearly, that's working. And to support what I've said, the Steam charts don't lie. Megabonk is blowing up, and part of that comes down to the streamer culture. This game was basically engineered to be content. Endless waves?
Check.
Funny name?
Check.
Easy to pick up and hilarious to watch?
Check.
Twitch chat doesn't even need context, they just spam bonk and the entertainment sells itself. And this is where timing comes in. In 2025, audiences love fast, snackable content. Megabonk is basically snack gaming turned into a main course. A single round can be short and meme-worthy, which is perfect for stream highlights, TikToks, and YouTube shorts. It's virality fueled without even trying. And then there is the community. Players are latching onto the silliness with meme energy that could power a small city, fan art, inside jokes, and bonk becoming its own sub-language. It's the kind of organic hype no marketing budget can buy. And the developers?
Bless their hearts for this amazing game.
Struck gold, and the fans are polishing it daily. The Steam reviews only add to the fun. Instead of dry walls of text, they're comedic punchlines. The player base isn't just engaging with the game, they're creating a whole new country around it. So when you look at the numbers jumping through the roof, it's not because the game is good, it's because the community has decided it's their new playground. And honestly, that might be the biggest power-up of all.
Hey, Activision, EA, and Ubisoft, wanna hear the wildest part of it all? It's a freaking indie.
No billion-dollar publisher, no cinematic trailers narrated by Hollywood actors, no marketing blitz clogging up your freaking feed. Just a small team that understood their audience, built something tight, and dropped it into the world at the perfect time. That's honestly not just impressive, that's inspiring, because for every bloated AAA launch where studios burn out developers just to release a bug-ridden mess, indie hits like Megabonk remind us that creativity still wins. A good idea, executed cleanly, can slap way harder than any overproduced blockbuster. Indie games thrive where they lean into personality, and Megabonk oozes it. The name, the style, the gameplay, everything screams identity. It's not trying to fit a mold, it's smashing it over someone's head and yelling bonk, and that boldness is what cuts through the noise in an overcrowded market. Players love rooting for the underdog. Buying into Megabonk isn't just about playing a fun game, it's about supporting the dream of small teams making big waves. That emotional connection builds loyalty that even massive studios can't fake. When people feel like they're part of the journey, they invest deeper. So yeah, AAA studios, go ahead, keep chasing prestige awards. Indies like Megabonk are out here stealing playtime, stealing headlines, and proving that fun still beats spectacle. And that alone is a flex worth
freaking celebrating.
Now guys, at the end of the day, Megabonk isn't just a new hit, it's a reminder of why gamers fell in love with the gaming hobby in the first place. It's fast, it's silly, it's endlessly replayable, and it doesn't pretend to be more than it is. It's a digital playground where
craziness rules and fun is the only rule.
Now, if we are going to be technical, the comparisons to Vampire Survivors in terms of graphics, not in terms of gameplay, are obvious. But instead of being a shadow, Megabonk feels like a worthy sibling, carrying the torch while adding its own twist. It's proof that this genre still has legs and players aren't ready to let go of the bonk just yet. More importantly, it shows that you don't need big budget cinematic graphics or years of hype to create a breakout. Sometimes all it takes is a simple loop, a ridiculous name, and the courage to lean into both. That's the kind of magic gaming thrives on. So whether you're here for the memes, the gameplay, or just to see how many times you can get bonked in a single sitting, one thing's clear. Megabonk has already won. Not just in Steam charts, but in gamer hearts. And honestly,
that's the only scoreboard that matters.
What do you guys think? Does Megabonk truly deserve the hype it's given by the community, or does it deserve more? Drop your thoughts in the comments below
or get bonked.
And guys, thank you once again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.